Hey, welcome back to the chat room. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and we can go handle our business first. So you're gonna go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, like the video, and of course comment below on the content after, toward the end, let me know what your thoughts are on the subject matter. Have you guys ever noticed how when you're in a committed relationship, particularly a marriage, if you guys have been married, and if not, you guys go ahead and keep listening, single people, just so you'll be up on game. But have you noticed how your best friend, it's mandatory they talk to you, your best friend, your cousins, your whatever, whoever your hanging partner was prior to you saying I do, how they need you so much, they got so much drama going in their life, they just need you. Just like a distraction kind of pulling you away from your mate, or they want to come to your house and hang out in this. When you married, especially newly married, even if you've been together 40 years, you can't be hanging out with single people and you married. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. And then you got to be careful about what married couples you hang out with as well, because their energy might be a little different from y'all energy. And what you don't want to do is intermingle that. Please understand that you, and like I told y'all, full disclosure over here, I don't tell y'all what I think, I'm telling you what I know. Either I lived it or I know, I lived it most likely. Yeah, which this particular situation I did. Did I tell you what? I couldn't stop people from calling me. It was just like back to back to back. And I would call them, they called, I'm listening to their problems, and eventually, of course, naturally you want to try to help your friend. So then, it's taking distraction away from my household. This is when I was younger, so I didn't know. But they were just telling me all this negative stuff. One of them was experiencing a husband was cheating on her. It was left her for a young girl. That was one of them. And she go on and on all night long about that. Then the other one was different, and she was dating a guy, and she was just trying to get him to wife her, and it was by any means necessary. I mean, I'm just drama basically, and I was just being pulled, and like when he come home from work, I'm like, girl, I gotta go, and she crying on the phone, making me feel bad by getting off the phone. And I should have been feeling bad about staying on the phone. That the truth be told. Because I think that negative energy and just even another couple who's, got all this advice to give. And in the moment that the situation turned and it happened to that person, and it was all that advice they were giving, they couldn't stand with that advice. That's going to be another video. But I'm saying this one to say, have you noticed how people fall off? Once your relationship dissolves, those same people, they're no longer interested in talking to you. Have you noticed that? Even a neighbor, one of my mom's neighbors, she used to sit back and watch, because, she be, people watching, and she watch the neighborhood and all that kind of, watching stuff that's going on. And even the guy next, that she saw, and she observed how when he was married, his friends just stayed over the house, like just stayed over there. The woman couldn't have a husband to herself, but they were always over there. And the moment that relationship was dissolved, guess what? Can't even find the guys that were hanging over the house. Y'all got to be careful about who, and including me, better be careful about who is in your life and why they're there. Because some things are just a distraction. Distraction from your marriage, distraction from what you're supposed to be doing, distraction from you taking care of your family and your home, ultimately. And as I grew up in the marriage, then of course I realized, okay, yeah, I'm spending a whole lot of time talking to people about nothing. So I kind of stopped that. But at the beginning, I definitely did that. And I'm just telling you guys, young wives, as give your energy to your family and all them people on the outside. Some of them sit there just as distractions, period, to get you off of what you need to be doing. And that's the truth. And I'm telling you too, right now, since I'm single, not one of those people, not nobody is calling my life and trying to speak and trying to see. Matter of fact, one particular person that used to talk to me all the time. We didn't fall out. We didn't do any of that. I rarely ever hear from the person. Rarely. Now that they realize I'm divorced. And I'm not in that situation no more. I never even really hear about no. And it could be because they kind of experienced all the stuff they were trying to give me advice about. Their spouse was doing it. And then they realized it. And all that, girl, I would leave and I would do this and all that. None of that happened. None of that happened. Because you can't be walking around here giving advice when hypothetical advice. You know what I'm saying? Because when you giving hypothetical advice and you ain't been through the water and you ain't experienced that in life, that advice is something you can't trust. We never know what we're going to do or how we're going to react to something until we actually in it. All these people, girl, I would do this. I wouldn't take that. Half the people saying that, gonna do it, ain't gonna take it. And that's the truth. Don't let people walk over in your marriage and give you marriage advice. And if you harming yourself or something like that, that's different. You should have a circle that's gonna intervene and say, girl, get yourself together, or say something to you. But if it ain't no situation like that, or somebody physically abusing you, or mentally, mentally you would only know if they mentally abusing you because, that's mental. But if somebody's physically abused you, then you need to go seek some help for that. Mental abuse, you need to seek some help for that. But physical abuse, most likely if some people around you, then they going to see something. They going to see something, say something, whatever. But even in those situations, you got to be tired. You got to make up your mind that you tired. Even when somebody bringing all their drama to you, and ain't no physical abuse, but just they bring you drama like I was on the phone, whatever. I have to make up my mind like, is this worth it? Because I'm getting off this, every time I get off this phone, I'm feeling bad, feeling sorry for somebody else, trying to figure out how I can help this person when they're full gone adult. They can help themselves. If they're in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, they get the same relationship they complain about, they can walk away from. So you can't take on other people's problems. You really can't. You're not here to solve other people's problems. You're here to, help people through the life if you can be an assistance, but you're not going to hit some things they can walk away from and help themselves. And if they ain't helping themselves, then why are you wasting your energy doing it? And taking stuff away from taking time, energy away from your family, listening to drama when they're not ready to move. You can't just keep telling people something over and over, giving them great advice, but they not acting on advice, just want to hear themselves talk. Ooh, you don't have no idea how many years I spent doing that before I woke up and realized. But like I said, they will give you advice, but the moment it happened to them, all that advice they give, girl, I would not stay. He did what? I would not stay. You should leave. You should leave right now. All of that advice. Not to know, fast forward the next year, that all of a sudden, their spouse has been cheating on them. Not for the little short they spouse was going on like 2 years of cheating. That's a whole relationship, like a whole relationship. But did they take their own advice? Of course not. Of course not. They went right back, and still to this day, they still together to this day. So all of that, give me advice to leave, give me advice to do this, give me advice. And my thing is, I think a lot of myself anyway. My self-esteem is. So I was going to leave either way because I feel like I want your energy to match my energy. If I ain't doing it to you, then I don't feel like you need to be doing it to me. You made a commitment to me, I made a commitment to you, then guess what? I don't have no problem sticking by my commitment. So, and if you got a problem sticking by yours, we could have remained friends and just kept dating. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to be free to do what you're going to do, and I'm going to be free too. Everybody going to be free up in this piece. But because that wasn't a situation and you wanted to say I do, then guess what? I do have a lot of stuff to go along with it, like loyalty. And when the moment you can't be loyal to me, then, I'm not interested in you anymore. Anyway, it's almost instantaneous that I'm not interested once I know you've cheated. So, but it's just amazing how people who can give you advice can't take their own advice. So when they in a cheating situation or they in a hurtful situation, the advice they gave you, they can't even take their own advice. It's just a matter of time. We all go through our own things. We all go have relationship issues. Especially if you're not with the right person, you're going to have some issues. Even when you're with the right person, you're going to still have issues because you guys were reared in 2 different households, brought up totally different. It's no couples or no relationships that are perfect. Now you see a lot of stuff on social media, people showing them highlights of their life. But that ain't how it really is in real life. So don't fall for that okie doke. Don't fall and don't be trying to run to my you need you no man and get in no harem, jump and run and get in no marriage trying to compete with any other person or any other couple. Because I promise you that's a you waiting for that's a disaster waiting to happen for real. You better make sure you equally yoked. You better make sure y'all got something in common. You better make sure that y'all believe in rearing the kid. I mean, it's all many levels to marriage that you don't even think of as a single person. So y'all better spend some time talking. Spend less time on planning a wedding and more time on talking about who each other is and what your morals are and where you draw the line and you know what's important. How do you rear your kids? What are your beliefs? All of those kind of little questions really, really matter later on if you decide to marry somebody. So I don't even know what made me think of this. I don't even know what made me think of it, but I feel like maybe somebody needs to hear it. But you guys put that phone down when your husband walk in that room or get home from work. You be right there, do what you're supposed to be doing as a wife. And it ain't supposed to be on the phone spending your time with people who outside your household. You can talk to your girlfriends when he at work. You can talk to your girlfriends while, on your lunch break or whatever. But when your family and your kids home and your husband home, if you got kids, your husband home, then that's where your attention needs to be, your undivided attention. Needs to be right there with them. If y'all don't have no kids, the moment he hit that door from work, your undivided attention need to be there and not on somebody else on the phone who's trying to drag that negative energy in. Because again, all those people that I talked to at the beginning of my marriage ain't even here after it's all over with. Wasn't there at the end of my marriage and they ain't here right now. So that's how important it is, because people will drain you if you allow them to drain you. And it's something about when they know you with somebody, they're happy. Like I say, misery loves company. So y'all don't fall for that. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all know I'm about to go to bed. So if you came in late, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Like the video and then comment down below. Have you guys ever experienced that in any kind of relationship? That if you notice that once you're in some serious, or even that you're in a relationship, all of a sudden everybody want to call you and everybody needs your help and everybody wants your advice, just comment below and let me know if you've experienced that too. All right, you guys have a good night. Love y'all.